You're watching a brand new episode of
Polycab, India's #1 cable and wires company, Dream Home Season 6.
With us on our panel, we have the Chief Architect of Kumar Group, Anuj. We also have Architect and Interior Designer from Swasti, welcoming Sudha onto the show. And today on our show, we're going to see a beautiful home from Thrissur, and it's called Chalisseril home. So let's take a look at it.
Hello friends, and welcome to yet another episode of Dream Home Season 6. Today I'm standing in front of Chalisseril house in Thrissur. The area is around 2,300 square feet, built in contemporary style. The exteriors have been done in classic white color. They have used a lot of tile cladding also. Above that you see the texture pattern of tile cladding, and the windows, the pergola design all suggest the contemporary outlook. They've used different color combination to give a pinch of glamour to the exteriors. We can see shades of grey, purple and then white. They also have used some of hanging garden, try to create a hanging garden feel, as the frontage area is less for a proper gardening space. There's a small sit-out area right next to the entrance. The flooring done in this space is granite. Now you can go inside and check out the interiors. As we enter this beautiful house, first off is the office room. Then we enter this main hall, which is divided into the family living area. The dining space opposite to me is a kitchen. There's a bedroom here. So I'm just gonna briefly explain you all the things. Let's move into the living space now. The first thing you will notice inside the house is the warm color tone. The credit goes to the tubes inside between the false ceiling, so the lighting is pretty good. They have windows on either sides, which helps in the air circulation. Now if I talk about the flooring in the living area, it's wooden flooring. There is a small prayer room right opposite to the family living space. To talk about the standing out feature, it has to be the coconut shell pieces that have been used to build this complete thing. The flooring remains to be wooden. To talk about the dining space, well, first of all, the flooring has been done using vitrified tiles. The dining table is wooden, with the top being done using artificial stone. The wash area has been located close by. It's an open kitchen. If I start talking about the features, well, first of all, wooden cabinets have been provided above and below. For the top, it's artificial stone. They've used a lot of wood inside the house to decorate the interiors. You can see the kitchen entrance itself. The framework has been done using wood, specifically rubber wood. There's one more interesting feature is the texture work done on the walls. The same texture pattern has been visible inside the kitchen in a different color tone. The flooring is vitrified tiles. The kitchen is attached to a work area. Staircase that has been done using artificial stone flooring and steel handrail brings us to the upper floor. One standing out feature in this particular space has to be the windows, the long window pattern that has been given, which helps in the air circulation as well as enough sunlight to enter this particular living space on the upper floor. We have 2 bedrooms on either ends, so let's just go and check out the master bedroom now. Woodwork continues even in the master bedroom. You can see the headboard paneling that has been done completely using wood. For the flooring, it's vitrified tiles. Opposite to me is a dress area space where they have wooden wardrobes. I hope you all like the Chalisseril house from Ollur, Thrissur district. I'll see you all in the next episode. Till then, bye-bye.
Just witnessed and saw a beautiful house. So what do you have to say about the exteriors and the landscape of this house? Sudha.
Though the massing of the building is box-like, they've used a lot of simple, elegant features to create an interest in it. The voids and solids are sort of well dispersed on the entire mass of the building. There is a large area of texture work, maybe a bit too large, but that is about the basic character of that house itself. The compound wall is also well designed to add to the effect of the texture walls of the elevation. The balcony and the handrails are smooth, simple. The white windows gives it a lot of lightness. So that's a nice massing altogether.
And do you agree with Sudha, Anuj?
The house is a very simple house, very simple straight lines, very boxy like Sudha said. I like those kind of designs. It's not trying to be very loud, very clean and simple. However, what has actually happened is that they put a lot of cladding, stone cladding on the material, and the stone cladding, if you look at it, is a very repetitive design stone cladding. So I believe it's some particular tile which they have used, which doesn't give a real natural stone finish. If you look, the design is very repetitive, so it looks a little artificial. So if it would have been a little more natural stone, it would have been nice, and not use so much of stone. Subtly use it and try to keep the house very simple. You don't need to actually overdo a lot to make the house look very beautiful. Even the simple straight lines, some of these houses without any of those can actually look nice. So stone cladding could have come down a little more. The repetitive pattern could have been avoided. And the brown color in the dark brown color in the lower portion of the house is pretty nice. It's going well with the house that way. But the stone is actually taking it off in a different tangent.
And what is your take on the interiors, Sudha?
It's basically a brown theme, and it appears to be spacious, simple. The chick blinds on the windows gel well with the rest of the woodwork that's there. They've used a lot of mirrors in the house that gives it a sort of spaciousness. I like the prayer room feature, which has those coconut shells in it. It gels well with the wooden color. The texture of the coconut shells and the wooden work features very well. The dining room chairs are a bit of a, it's filled up. The chairs are different and unique, but then it's sort of filled up. So it fills up the whole room. It fills up the dining room. It's a solid feeling to it. And the lighting is a little low, I felt. The wash area is neatly planned and tucked away, and the contrast there is nice. The kitchen is bold, but it's a bold statement not to use tiles on the kitchen walls, which is something I thought was new and not really experimented with, because you'd always prefer to go with the standard pattern when it comes to high maintenance areas like the kitchen. So that's a bold venture. They've used textured paints instead of tiles. The wood and the classical kitchen stands by. It's timeless. Its beauty is timeless. And the ledge along the windowsill is a nice feature in the kitchen. It's very useful. The breakfast counter with the inner lower and the upper outer levels are good, because it sort of gives a privacy to the kitchen area, and it's neat and comfortable. The stairs is clinical. There's no big character there. It's well ventilated and it's practical, let's say. Master bed has a simple headboard. They have straight lines, pattern furnishing, not much ceiling, straight lines, and the feeling of spaciousness has been brought into the house.
And what is your take on the interiors?
The interiors has a very nice and warm feel. The furniture, the sofa design is pretty okay, and color of the sofa and the cushions they have used all gels a little nicely with the tone of the walls. I think it's like an olive green kind of a color they have used. It's very nicely done. However, the coffee table looks a little out of place. It doesn't gel with the sofa design. Doesn't look like it is part of the set. I love the dining table and the chairs. It's one of the best dining tables and chair designs I've seen in the show. It's very nice, very clean. The wash basin area is also nice, tucked away. Kitchen is simple, normal woodwork kitchen. It's light, lot of light coming into the kitchen with large windows. Nothing much to say. It's a very traditional design we've been seeing in terms of kitchen cabinets. The countertop is brown, which is a really nice brown. It goes well with the floor. And the floor could have been a little more lighter, but it's still gelling nicely. If you look at the staircase, I believe that we could have, in that particular house, you could have done away with the steel SS kind of steel look handrail. A wood with a mix of steel probably would have been a nice choice there. The bedroom, the head board design is very nice, very simple. However, still I believe there are lots of things happening in the bedroom because of the curtains and the bedspread are all very loud. It is not, it's too much of attention going to all the other places like the curtain and the bedspread, but however taking attention away from the bed as it is. I like the total grey, light green grey tone, the olive green grey tone of the house. I liked it. It's a pretty nice house. It's a nice warm feeling to it.
And speaking about the interiors, could you detail us about the light, color and decor?
It seems as if there's ample light inside. Natural lighting is coming in very well. Regarding the artificial lighting, they have taken certain pains. The ceiling is all given LED lights around it. So there's a good amount of diffused light that you get from the ceiling features. The ceilings are basically white, so it's nice. It gives a nice warm glow to it, a rich look, as you can see. And from the outer lining, the lights on the outer end actually gives it a sort of floating feeling. So the height is not so very evident. It doesn't feel very bad that it's got a low ceiling or anything. It gives a very light feeling altogether. Overall, I like the warm effect. It's totally warm lighting. It's done very well. And decor also, they've taken pains in certain areas and left certain areas smooth, which is fine because as a house grows, you have to keep growing with it, and you like something, you pick it up, you want to put it into the house. So you have to leave room for those kind of things, little knickknacks that you want to add. You can't have a fully furnished house and stop.
Correct.
So it has to grow. So I feel that there's a lot of room for growth inside this house.
So what do you have to say about this?
I think the lighting of the house is very nice, very warm. They have done some thought into the lighting. Lot of general lighting coming from the ceiling. There is no particular accented lighting or specialized lighting effects. The decor also is nice. Some of the decor of the house is nice. Overall, I feel that the house is done up nicely, except for the loud curtains which has been there in the bedrooms. The color tone of the house and the furniture, most importantly the dining table and chairs looks very nice.
The value for money and the other aspects of this house.
When it comes to value for money, I think it's money well spent. You need to have you need to make a statement when you are in a place like Thrissur, and with a box-like elevation, which is let's say it's like the form following the function. So they've not spent too much on the elevation as to create something out of what is not there. So since that has been done, I guess it's something well spent. But like Anuj said, if it was stone instead of tiles, there is a difference. Stone looks so natural, there is no repetition, the variety is huge when you use the same kind of stone, but when it comes to a tile, it's repetitive. So that, at least for us in the field, we know that it's tile. So, and the area could have been reduced, the tile area, but yes, you need to have a feature like that to highlight your building. So I guess it's money well spent.
And do you share the same thought as her?
I also feel that the money is well spent in this house. They have not done anything overboard. Like the exterior, what she was talking about, Sudha was talking about, could have actually not spent so much of money on the tile. Probably could have got away with some texture finish, which would have been much cheaper, but would have enhanced the effect. Overall, I feel that the house, they've spent wisely in the house.
And next, let's get to the scores, and I'll begin with Anuj. How much would you rate the exteriors of the house?
The exteriors of the house, because there was not much landscape element or landscape feature, lost some marks in that. How otherwise the exterior looks pretty simple. I will give a 16 on 25.
16 on 25. And Sudha, what about you?
Yeah, with the constraints of building in a small property, they've tried to do a good job at 17.
17 on 25. And for interiors, how much would you rate?
The interiors is done pretty nicely, I feel, and some elements could have been improved, but still I think I will give an 18 on 25.
18 on 25. And Sudha?
18 on 25.
18 on 25. Next is the important thing, that is a light decor and color.
The light decor and color, I think I will give a 17 on 25. The lighting is nicely done. The decor is also pretty decent. I think it's 17.
17 again on 25. And Sudha, what about you?
I like it. It's gelling well. The first floor, the ground floors gel well, and the effort has been taken to create a kind of ambience. So I'll give a 19.
19 on 25. And now final aspect, which is the value for money, how much would you rate that?
I think I've rated a little high in terms of 18 on 25.
18 on 25. And Sudha, you?
That's high. 18 on 25.
That's high again, 18 on 25. With this, we're coming to the conclusion of the judges' score and the judgment. And now it's time to tell you the final score out of 100. And for Anuj, the total is 69 on 100. And for Sudha, the total is 72 on 100. And public total is 35 on 50, which is a grand total of 176 on 250. Your valuable opinions and valuable suggestions on how to choose a bathroom, a washroom. So we'll start with Sudha. What do you have to say?
I'd like to talk about the fixtures within the bathroom. The variety is mind-boggling these days. We know that the fixtures in the bathroom, the basic minimum would be about 3. We're talking about the wash basin, the WC and the shower area. It's now common knowledge that you have wall-mounted closets that are free of the floor, so cleaning toilets are so much easier. Concealed cisterns. There was an initial concern about concealed cisterns, whether the flush tank, whether kept inside, will work well, because we used to have a lot of maintenance problems even with the ones outside. Do you find that with the improvement that there's absolutely no problem with cisterns that are kept into the walls? So, and it gives a clean surface. The bathrooms are much better, easily maintained, appears very nice. And in the wet area, which is preferably, very much preferably, especially in a damp state like Kerala, preferably partitioned off either with glass or with a brick wall, or if not anything else, at least a shower curtain.
And what is your take on this, Anuj?
There are a lot of products coming in the market in terms of the fixtures that can go into the toilet. Some of it is designed in India, manufactured in India, many of which we've seen now is designed abroad, Italian design and German designs, and it is now available in India. But one thing we'll have to always look when you're actually selecting a product like a wash basin is that the way we use a wash basin is totally different from the way the Europeans use it or the Americans use it, and our food habits are also different. We eat with our hand, so we need a larger bowl surface so that there is no splashing. So when you select a wash basin, please ensure that you are comfortable with the size, the depth of the wash basin. These are all the things which you actually need to look into. There's so many different options in terms of color, in terms of size, design. The pricing ranges from 1,500-2,000 rupees per unit. It goes to 2.5 lakhs. So the price range is tremendous in this. Even when you look at the WC also, there is the wall hung WC. Again, when you choose the WC, look how it suits with the other design of the house or other design, the rest of the design of the bathroom, and also the size of the bowl, your seating comfort. Some of it might look very nice but very difficult or very uncomfortable to sit in. So just ensure that those kind of things are looked into rather than just looking at something and buying it. In terms of the shower, There are so many options which has come. There's a rain shower option which has come. There is shower jets which brings water from all over to massage your body. So the options are limitless in terms of how much level of luxury you can go to. Now the shower panels come with music, with radio, with different sets of mood lighting, steam, all those features are added to it.
The aromatherapy.
The aromatherapy. So there are so many different levels of products you can get. So first decide what you want and then work your way towards it.
So with this, we know the options are wide. The only thing we need to keep in mind is what we need, because unless and until you decide, nobody else can decide for you. With this, we wind up with this beautiful episode. I hope each one of you all enjoyed this episode and enjoyed the view of the house. So until next episode, this is me saying tada.